I'm working on my 97 Dodge Ram 2500 here with the 5.9 Cummins in it, and I'm working on the 47 RH transmission. I'm going to remove the valve body here because I have to change this wiring harness that goes over to the solenoid. That's for your overdrive and torque converter lockup. It was damaged when they put it together. The wires got pinched here between the filter extension, so I got to take the valve body out so I can replace this wire where it comes through the top and goes over there. To start doing this, of course, drain your pan, take the pan off, take the filter off there, 2 screws, and then the next thing, you have to go up here and take your shifter lever and your TV cable lever off of there and undo your solenoid plug, and then also undo your neutral safety switch plug and unscrew that out of the way to get it out of the way so nothing gets damaged when you are taking the valve body out, because this is plastic on the end, and then the indicator part is plastic there, so you don't want to break that. So get that out of the way, and then you will have to shift it into low gear or first gear on this so you can remove a clip that is up in here for your parking rod. You can see it right there towards the top. See if I can try and point towards it. It's right there. You can see that little clip. It's right at the top of that. You got to remove that, and then you will take, there's 10 7/16 bolts around the perimeter of the valve body. You don't want to remove any of these Torx head ones or anything. It's just the 7/16 bolts, and there's 10 of them. You should be able to remove those, and then just apply a little bit of pressure up here on top of that sensor, because there's O-rings that seal that to the case of the transmission, and you'll have to put a little bit of force to just get it to slide down. But I'll pop this clip off here and start removing these bolts and see what happens here. Alright, so the valve body just come out there. Like I said, it's not too simple or not too hard once you get those bolts out. You just make sure that you press. This is bolted right here. You just press down on that sensor from the outside of the case, and it'll pop right off there. And then this is where that parking brake lever goes down through, and you have to pop that clip off of there. So when you pop that clip off, the lever will just stay up inside of the transmission. But so if you're going to replace your converter lockup and overdrive solenoid, it'll be bolted right there, and the wire will come around. It's just a T25 Torx bit. And also, when you're taking the valve body down, you got this spring that's sitting here, so you know, that'll fall out, so that's where that goes. So once you take the screw out of there, and you can flip it over, and then your solenoid will be bolted up right here with 3 more T25 Torx bits, and you can just remove that and then take your new solenoid and bolt it up, just the same way that you took it off and route your wire back around there. So I'll get that installed here. Alright, I got her all back up in there. It's just a little tricky. You got to line everything back up when you're putting it back in. You got that spring that's over here, and then you have to line up the sensor hole, and then you got your shift indicator. You got to line that up, and then you also have to line up that rod that's right there where you took the clip off of, and don't forget to put that clip back on there. And yeah, you gotta watch when you take it off, it don't shoot somewhere. But line everything back up, put that clip on, put your 10 bolts back in, torque those down, and put your filter back on, torque that down, torque all your pan bolts back on, and you should be ready to go then. And I'm going to do a band adjustment here while I have it down, because it's a new transmission. I ran it here for a little while. That's why I wanted to run it for a little while before I replaced this harness and the solenoid, so I could just change the fluid and filter and do the band adjustment all at the same time while I was changing that, so I didn't have to waste fluid on changing that and then a little while later doing the band adjustment and wasting the fluid again. So I'm going to do that here, and I'll probably make a separate video, short video on that. But you just have your one band adjustment is on the inside of the transmission, and the other's on the outside. And then if you ever want to change your pressure, the valve body pressure, that screw is right here, and I think every one turn is like 2 or 3 pounds of pressure. But this transmission is in lockup at full speed. It's about 190 or so pounds right now, so that's good. I'm not going to mess with that at all yet, so I don't have to worry about that right now. So hopefully that helps somebody if you need to take the valve body out to either service the valve body, or if you're looking to replace that solenoid or the harness. If you just need to replace a solenoid because it's not working, you really wouldn't have to take the whole valve body down. You can just unplug the harness over there and take those 3 Torx head bolts out and just change the solenoid. You don't necessarily have to replace the whole wiring harness, but since my harness was damaged, you know, I had to drop the valve body to do that. So going to torque these bolts down and start putting it back together here.